Greece's new Prime Minister, Alexis Tsipras, says he wants a viable deal on repaying the country's debt, after meetings with creditors in the EU. Mr. Tsipras said he had offered realistic proposals in the talks. EU officials gave a guarded welcome, warning Greece to honor its pledges. Mr. Tsipras and his finance minister are on a diplomatic offensive to reassure eurozone leaders about their plans. The Greek PM has pledged to renegotiate the terms of a Euro 240 BN, pound 182 BN, bailout. His far-left party Syriza was elected last month on a promise to end austerity measures. The debt must become viable, this is what we must discuss, Mr. Tsipras said in Paris on Wednesday, wearing an open-necked shirt alongside the more formally dressed French president, Francois Hollande. I am convinced we can work together to get out of the crisis in Greece and to help Europe overcome the crisis. Mr. Tsipras described France, which has also called for austerity measures to be eased, as a force for stability in Europe. The French president said Europe should show solidarity with Greece and seek alternatives to austerity. However, he warned that Greece would have to respect commitments that have been made in connection to debts related to states. Elections change nothing. Earlier on Wednesday, Mr. Tsipras met the leaders of the three top EU institutions in Brussels, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker, European Council President Donald Tusk and European Parliament President Martin Schulz. At a joint news conference, Mr. Schulz described their talks as fruitful but said there were difficult times ahead. In a newspaper interview with German daily Handelsblatt, Mr. Schulz has warned that Greece risks bankruptcy if it does not honor its commitments. If Greece unilaterally changes the agreements, the other side is no longer obliged to stick to them, he is quoted as saying. Mr. Tsipras' Syriza party had sparked alarm on the markets and among eurozone officials when it said it would refuse a new tranche of bailout funding, prompting questions about how it would finance itself. Greece's current program of loans ends on February 28. A final Euro 7.2 BN is still to be negotiated, but the new government has already begun to roll back austerity measures. Meanwhile, Greek Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis said his talks with ECB chief Mario Draghi in Frankfurt had also been encouraging. He is keen to convince the ECB that Greece's debt payments could be linked to the performance of the economy. The more it grows, the more interest Greece would pay, through the use of debt swaps. However, a report in the Financial Times quoted officials involved in the negotiations as saying that the ECB would oppose a crucial part of his plan, the sale of short-term treasury bills to raise Euro 10 BN. Wednesday's talks were the latest in a series of European trips to reassure leaders about the plans of a government elected on January 25 on a promise of writing off most of Greece's spiraling debt. Mr. Varoufakis is hoping to obtain quick cash for Greece while a new plan is agreed amongst the various Eurozone members. Eurozone finance ministers are due to meet on February 11 to discuss Greece's debt proposals. On Thursday, Mr. Varoufakis is expected to meet German Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble. Mr. Schäuble has emerged as one of the toughest critics of the new Greek government, previously saying, "Elections change nothing. There are rules." German Chancellor Angela Merkel has ruled out debt cancellation, saying creditors have already made concessions.